Go ahead. Go.
Right now, let's get it. Let's go. Everybody, Lady Charmaine is in the house, so you know we're gonna have a good time. Relax your mind. Everything is gonna be alright. With Lady Charmaine live. Lady Charmaine live. Lady Charmaine live. Alright now.
Hello, I'm Lady Charmaine, and my guest today is from a group that rose to preeminence in the 1980s, writing and producing R&B hits for Lisa and Cult Jam before embarking on a successful solo career. They're also in the movie House Party with Kid and Play, which garnered them a group of acclaimed nominations. Love them. Wait till you find out who it is. It's a 6-man group consisting of Paul Anthony, Bow-Legged Lou, B Fine, Baby Jerry, Shy, and Kurt. And when they're going to be having their story told on TV One's Unsung, the story of Full Force, I want you to help me welcome Bow-Legged Lou to the show. How you doing, Lou?
You know what I love, Lady Charmaine? I love that guy, Bow-Legged Lou. I love him.
Well, we love him too.
It's so good to be on your show, Lady Charmaine. And it's so ironic, because I actually know you. I didn't even know it was your Lady Charmaine. And then when we start talking about mutual friends and how, I'm like, I remember you, You was just Charmaine without the lady.
Right. and I was much younger then, way back when.
Well, you're still young and you're still a beautiful person, so that's great. I'm glad you got this beautiful show, too.
Thank you so much. And I want to say congratulations on your TV One Unsung special. What was it like when you got that phone call from TV One? Were you surprised?
Well, we were really excited, and, because that's my favorite show of all time on TV One. I love that show because I'm a fan of biography shows, even way back when I was a little guy looking at the show Biography or True Geek Entertainment. I mean, I just love biography shows, but when I saw Unsung, I'm like, this is a great show. Now, the thing about Unsung, a lot of times when we told people, hey, we're going to be on Unsung, people was like, oh, man, what? Is everything all right? Because of, you're not going to jail, if you're not hurt, or if you're not doing drugs, or blah, 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 blah. It's always something. But the thing about it with us, Full Force, and what Unsung portrayed greatly is we have ups and downs just like everybody in the world. Not just other artists, but other people. You, Charmaine, your listeners, everybody's had their share of ups and downs, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? So, of course, it shows some about ups and downs, but the thing about our episode, which I'm very proud of, and when you guys look at it, Monday, January 30th, you guys will agree the same thing. It's an inspiring episode. Like, I saw the other ones, like Vesta, who's a dear friend of mine. I was on her Unsung as well. Vesta, and then Bobby Womack, and Atlantic Star, and Freddie Jackson, which was last Monday or whatever. When everybody sees Full Force, they're going to smile, they're going to love it, they're going to be inspired. And I got to say, being very unmodest, I think ours might be one of the best ones so far this year that anybody would have seen so far, to me. And when you see it, you'll be like, wow. But it's a lot of inspiring things, some ups and downs, but a lot of things. We got House Party in there. And you know who's our guests? We got a lot of special guest stars. We got Lisa, who's in there talking, Cheryl Pepsi Riley, UTFO, because, Full Force, produced Roxanne, and all of those UTFO hits back then. But you have Questlove of the Roots. You have Blair Underwood. You have a kid from Kid and Play. You have many people. And the thing about us, we're very spiritually grounded. That's why I love this show that you're on, and that's why, Full Force has recorded a lot of spiritual songs also during our career. So when you guys see Unsung, and I know I'm talking a lot, and it's almost like it's the Bow-Legged Lou show. I know when you guys see Unsung, you're gonna love it. Just tell your friends, set your DVRs, and let's rock and roll. It's gonna be great.
Now, Lou, I did see the episode. They sent it to me early. I saw, Vesta's in advance. I also saw Freddie Jackson's and yours was very good too. It was very inspirational. It wasn't like, down in the dumps, you guys, somebody got on drugs, lost everything, then you had to make a big comeback. You really, you didn't have to really make a big comeback. You were always there, but a lot of people just didn't know all the groups that you were working with behind the scenes, such as the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears. So you guys are doing a lot, and we're going to talk about how those doors open for you. But before we do that, how did your group come together?
Well, we came together basically with my father and my uncle. My father, he started us out because he was a singer himself, and we used to look at him sing with his many groups and harmonies and everything like that. So, we just naturally fell in line with that. And then my Uncle Cito, who also was a singer himself, he was the one that got us to the Apollo Theater. Back in the days, the Apollo Theater, everybody knows Showtime at the Apollo, but back in the days when we were little, the Apollo Theater used to have shows like every week. If you had Al Green and the Staple Singers on the bill, they would be going for like a full week. Then the following week, you might have Joe Simon and the Whisperers and the Jackson 5, even though the Jackson 5 didn't even have a record out at then. So we got on the amateur show, which was every Wednesday, and you had to win 4 times in a row. If you won 4 times in a row, you got to appear on the professional show. It took about a month, and that's what happened. My Uncle Cito and my father got us on the Apollo Theater, won 4 times in a row, and the rest was history. We just started building from there because it was just the 3 of us. And then after that, we got our cousins, Baby Jerry, Shy Shy, and Kurt, because my blood brothers is Paul Anthony and B-Fine, the 3 guys at House Party. We just got together as full force, and we started playing in the local, neighborhoods and everything until we got our record deal. And thanks to Steve Salem, our former co-manager and my college friend, and may he rest in peace, he's the one that told us, he said, guys, listen, everybody's returning your tapes, everybody's returning your music. If you guys concentrated on writing and producing for other people, I bet you they would get successful, and then it would lead back to you guys, and you guys would get recognized for the success and get a deal of your own. And I was the only one against it, but it worked. Thank God nobody was on my side, you know what I mean? So it worked, and the rest is history. We've been writing and producing, and that's been our bread and butter, and we still perform as well. So,
now, what was the meaning behind your name, Full Force, when you came up with that name?
Well, I came up with that name. In Unsung it says, and they came up with that name, but you know what? We're all for one and one for all. If you ever see a record, if you ever see a song like, say, I Wonder If I Take You Home, even though my brother B-Fine wrote it, on the credits, it'll always say written and produced by Full Force. Paul wrote All Cried Out, written and produced by Full Force. Me and Kurt did I'm Real for James Brown, written and produced by Full Force. I did Thanks for My Child, written and produced by Full Force, all for one and one for all. The reason why I picked the name Full Force is because of our stage shows. Our stage shows was like really power-packful and very, geared also for the women at the same time. Even though we were wearing jerry curls, we sported our bodies, and the guys knew we were not punks, and the women loved us. So we were cool for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So we a power pack show, and I said, guys, we got to call ourselves Full Force, because back in the day, was no group, no hip hopper, nobody was like showing off their physical attributes and making like physical fitness a statement in music until us. And that really was led by my beloved brother Paul Anthony, who led the way with that. And that's why we're Full Force. When people tune in to Unsung, they'll see some of our stage show antics, which I'm sure you saw already. Lady Charmaine, so it's all good. Yep.
Now, you have such an ear for talent, and I say that because when you introduced Lisa in Cult Jam, we didn't even realize she was 16 years old. What was that special thing that you saw in Lisa?
Well, basically, Lisa just was looking great. At that age, we're thinking marketing also. We wanted, my brother B-Fine always wanted a Hispanic girl. You know what I mean? Because just wanted to do something a little different and have a Hispanic girl as opposed to an urban girl. Me on the side, I remember we already had the song written, which B wrote was I Wonder If I Take You Home. Song was written, I went to let Cheryl Pepsi Riley hear it to see if she might want to do it, even though I would probably got voted out on that. But my brother B was looking for a Spanish girl. But what happened is that Lisa came, she auditioned, and, you know, some of the songs that she was singing wasn't hitting, and that was because one of the guys in Cult Jam was giving her songs that he wrote, and she was singing them in a cappella, and they weren't sounding good until my brother Paul, because Lisa looked so pretty and fine, and we just knew people would love her, and being Hispanic, Paul, just before she left, she said, wait a minute, Paul said, can you sing something that we might be familiar with, something that's more comfortable for you? And then Lisa said, sure. And then she sang For Your Eyes Only, that Sheena Easton did. Mm-hmm. And that was it. After she nailed it, we knew what it was. We said, okay, it was the songs that she was singing that wasn't so hot, but now she could sing. And that's when we got Lisa and recorded I Wonder If I'd Take You Home, and man, was that an unexpected smash. We knew it was a good record, but whew, that was a big one for us. And you know what? It was like, and we call that like hip hop dance. It was like hip hop, pop, dance, and R&B all rolled into one. Mm-hmm. And Lisa was the first Hispanic artist to do music like that. The very first, before Gloria Estefan, Ricky Martin, Shakira, J-Lo, before all of them, you know. Yep.
Wow, and you guys were the force behind what she did. If you're just tuning in, we are talking to Bow-Legged Lou of the group Full Force. We're talking about their TV One Unsung special airing Monday, January 30th. Now, you mentioned Cheryl Pepsi Riley. Where did the Pepsi come from in her name?
Well, Pepsi, you know, me and Pepsi were friends before, you know, we got her a record deal. You know, me and her used to act in plays even way back when. She now acts in a lot of Tyler Perry plays and everything like that, but we were acting in neighborhood plays. And she played my girlfriend in one of the plays, and she always had a great, bubbly personality. And I said, yo, let's call her Pepsi. You know, we put two I's at the end, Cheryl Pepsi. And that's because of her personality, you know. And that's what we do. Because we always used to have crazy names for everybody in the group. That's why we said, well, let's don't call her Lisa. Make it twice. Lisa. You know, Bow-Legged Lou, Paul Anthony, Baby Jerry, all kind of crazy stuff. But Pepsi's personality is what got her that nickname.
Now, were you one of the ones that coined the two names? Because you had Lisa, Roxanne. So did that come from Full Force and that thinking?
Right, because my brother B-Fine is the one that came up with the whole concept of Roxanne, and he titled it Roxanne. When it came to Lisa, I think it was a concerted effort that we always had to think out of the box and get, like, creative names. So I think along with our co-manager, Steve Salem, we came up with the name Lisa. Because back in the day, you had Duran Duran, but that was a rock group. So we said, you know what, let's do Lisa. And see, there's another hidden joke, kind of, behind why we call her Lisa also, but I'm not going to say that on the radio. But it's all good.
Okay. Now, what inspired her hit song, that massive song, Thanks for My Child, the heartwarming song that just moved everybody? How did that song come about?
Well, I wrote that song, and I kind of wrote it from scratch without any music. After I finished writing it, then Baby Jerry put the music to it. But Thanks for My Child basically was on two things, actually. I had some girlfriends that were, you know, that would have kids, and their fathers just did not step up to the plate. You know what I mean? So some of them would be so depressed, you know, because I always believe that, you know, sometimes it could be easy to, like, make a baby, or, you know, to create and make a baby, but it's hard sometimes to be the father of that baby. Not hard, but it could be hard, but you can't shirk your responsibilities. Mm-hmm. And I had some female friends that had child, and their men kind of dipped out on them. So with that in mind, I remember me being such an advocate on stuff like that, you know, just being a good father. But then I remember coming home from the road, and my wife at the time, my ex-wife, you know, she had a miscarriage. And I just getting in from the road, and I found out, I'm like, where is she? And they said she had a miscarriage. And I flew straight to the hospital, and there she was, you know, on the bed. Looked like she'd been through World War III. And I just went in the room. I got very emotional, and I just sat, you know, by an extra adjacent room, and I just came up with the idea of Thanks for My Child by putting something like that to lose your child, and then also to have mothers who are strong that'll stick by their kids no matter if the man leaves or not. You know what I mean? So it's a twofold thing. But definitely when my ex-wife had the miscarriage, that really propelled me to write that song.
Wow, that was a beautiful song. And in all of your writing, you've worked with great artists, NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears. How did all those opportunities come about for you to work with those artists?
Well, the pop artists at the time, the only like white artist we ever worked with was Samantha Fox, and we had 2 big hits with her. And I'm so glad that she's mentioned in the Unsung series as well. But the pop stuff, I had a meeting with Barry Weiss of Jive Records, and I'm like, there's 6 people in full force, and we split our money 6 ways all the time. And at that time, not fronting, a lot of money was being made by the Caucasian persuasion, and that's just how it is. And I'm like, we got to get on some of these projects. And I told Barry Weiss, what white people can we produce? Because we got to make some money as well. Because we produce for a lot of urban acts, and we love it. We didn't say we don't want to do urban acts, but in addition to them, and he showed me a video of the Backstreet Boys, and he said they're not big. They're only big overseas, but we're getting ready to do an album with them for the United States, and you guys might be perfect. And that's what happened. I took it back to the guys, showed them the video. I said, we got to get on this project. They are huge overseas. They're going to be huge in the United States. And no sooner did I finish that meeting with them, and they saw that video of them, Baby Jerry came up to me and he said, Lou, I was toying around with an idea. And then he just started singing. But my love is all I have to give. Without you, I don't think I can live. And I said, Jerry, that is a smash. And I remember kissing him on the cheek, and he started wiping it off. Don't be kissing on me. And the rest was history. That was a big record for us and for the Backstreet Boys. And after that, we started working with Justin Timberlake and NSYNC and Britney Spears and LFO and, all the white teeny bopper acts and new groups, we were getting work, by doing that, And I would always make a joke and say, full force, man, we just love white people. But that's a joke. I love white people, but I love black people. I love all people. But at that time when we was making some dough off those pop groups, that's what I would say. It was hilarious.
Now, are you working with any current groups right now?
Yeah, well, what we're working with now is my son, Lou Starr. He's a rapper. He's very talented, but he's working with a group called Diamonds in the Dirt with a female singer, and you're going to hear a lot about him. And we're really proud of a young lady by the name of Crystal Clear. She's Hispanic. She's going to be 17 this year, and she is a dilly. We just finished recording a duet with her and Lil Wayne's new young artist by the name of Torian. And if you go on YouTube and you type in Torian featuring Crystal Clear, you'll see the song that we produced. It's actually a remake of Lil Wayne's song, How to Love. We just remade it as a duet with some Spanglish in it as well. It's really hot,
You say some Spanglish in it. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, Spanglish. Yeah.
There was one thing that was really interesting in the Unsung story. Your brother, Paul Anthony, was suffering from an illness that we had no idea about. How is he doing? He looked great when they showed him you guys in concert. So how is he doing now?
He's doing great. And I don't want to give up too much so the viewers could actually look at it for themselves. But once again, everybody has their ups and downs. But my brother, he's such a lion, and that's the thing that gets everything through, the positiveness, the inspiration, and also the prayer factor and the belief in God and always thinking to the higher, always thinking in the heights. This is my brother Paul, always thinking in the heights. And, when you guys see that episode and you see the section of my brother Paul, everybody's going to be like, wow, this is so inspirational. It's just great. It's not like all the other, some of the other unsungs. You'll see the flavors. different. It's like a different flavor. You know what I mean? You guys will see. But my brother's doing great.
That is good. Oh, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing the show with us. Do you all have a website where people can follow what you're doing? If you guys are going to be dropping any new singles at all, can you let us know?
Yes, sure. You can go to fullforceworld.com. That's fullforceworld.com, and you'll be able to see a whole bunch of things. There's a brand new site that we just about finished. We're on Facebook as well. Facebook, and it's Full Force NYC on Facebook, and you follow us on Twitter, Full Force NYC, same thing. And we have a new book out. It just came out, which is called Not Just a House Party. And that's by the Full Force Brothers, by the three of us. And the same three brothers from House Party. And you could just go to Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com and pick yourself up a book. If you order it through our website, though, you'll get it autographed. So that's all good.
Oh, okay. Didn't even know you guys had a book out. That was good to know. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the shows, and we want to make sure that everybody watch TV One's Unsung, airing January 30th. Check your local listings for channels on DirecTV or on the Dish Network. It's going to be a great show. I already saw it. Very good, very inspirational. Wait till you see Paul Anthony and what God has done in his life. You're really going to enjoy that. And again, Lou, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, sweetheart. You stay strong, stay positive. I got, all your communication is good that we reconnect this way. What a surprise. And keep on keeping on. And to all the listeners out there, may all the positive and optimistic life forever be yours.
Thank you so much, Lou.
Okay, sweetheart.